When we think of Korach, we think of a villain responsible for the death of more than 24,000 fellow Jews. However, Korach is also a victim. Imagine a missile fitted with a warhead that hits a house. It destroys that house completely. If that same missile hits a car, that's the end of that car. And all the more so if a missile like this hits a person, so it will totally destroy this person. There is just such a missile within our very own personalities. That missile is called jealousy. If we release that missile, if we allow it to take over our hearts and our minds, it does just that. It destroys us completely. The supreme example of the victim of jealousy is Korach. Korach was a very important person, extremely wealthy, extremely intelligent, very prestigious, a very, very significant member of the community. One of those who carried the holy ark when the tabernacle traveled from camp to camp through the desert. He was appointed to be one of those who carried the holy ark, the Aron HaKodesh. A very important person. However, he was stricken by jealousy. The jealousy took over his heart and his mind. And he started first with his cousin, who was appointed the head of the family of Kas, that's Elitzophan. And then he turned his gaze on Aaron. He wanted Aaron's position, Aaron HaKohen. And finally he started fighting with Moshe. And fighting with Moshe was fighting with Moshe and Hashem. But his end was very, very bitter. He was destroyed. He was destroyed. His wealth was destroyed. His family was destroyed, with the exception of his sons, who were able to do tshuva and to come back to this world. And his followers, many of his followers, were totally destroyed. And as we mentioned, with 24,000 Jews, over 24,000 Jews in his wake. What we have to realize is that we also have an issue with jealousy. And that is every time we feel upset with another person, anytime we are annoyed, or we agitated, or we get angry with a certain person, we should know that part of what's factoring in, part of what's happening with our upset, with our annoyance, with our anger, is the power of jealousy. We're allowing jealousy into our hearts. We're allowing jealousy into our minds. And we have to control it. We have to be careful that it doesn't take over. It doesn't do to us what it did to Korach. And therefore the correct response, any time we feel upset with any other person at all, we should immediately turn to Hashem and pray. Pray a silent prayer and say, please Hashem, save me from jealousy. Save me from jealousy. Save me that I should not allow jealousy to take over myself. This is vital. This is absolutely vital, and this is a key piece of advice. We need this. Each one of us needs this absolutely for our happiness and for our success.